Hello there, my name's Card. I'm a long-time progressive community organiser and activist. And here on my YouTube page, I like to make simple little videos about all sorts of things which cross my mind. Today, I just wanted to articulate something I've been thinking about for some time. Surely, if you're watching this, you at least vaguely know who Asmongold is. You know of him. World of Warcraft streamer turned wannabe low-effort anti-woke political commentator, incredibly dumb individual living in a cockroach hovel, that guy? Well, there's a convincing enough argument to be made, based on viewership figures and the like, to say that he is one of the singularly most watched online figures of note these days, especially with the young adult male demographic. And in more recent years, in particular, he's managed to wrangle in an increasingly large, politically minded audience of self-consciously right-wing, or at least right-wing leaning people. And let's be realistic, we mean here predominantly young, white, Western guys. It might be very easy for some lefties to bemoan the fact a guy like this is evidently so influential. After all, it means Asmongold himself makes a lot of money, and it means a lot of people must listen to what he has to say. But I don't see the latter there especially as a big problem myself. And I'd like to explain why I think that is. Simply put, I don't necessarily think it's all that bad if the median Twitch viewer, latent chud type guy, wastes his own time thinking Asmongold is someone worth watching or looking up to. The thing is, Asmongold's lifestyle is just not one that really anyone would benefit from living. The home is a big pile of trash. You can't read, you just game all day and get angry about stuff on the internet. The one exception being, it just so happens that, by a quirk of how society is presently structured, Asmongold himself can become rich modelling these behaviours to others. But the longer Asmongold is a public figure online, the more and more he will attract fans who will inadvertently fall into the trap of becoming parasocially invested in him and becoming polarised into thinking he's right because of the culture war. All the while, these viewers, of course, aren't actually building any real social connections, and they're not engaging in politics in any real or material way, which you might think at first is bad. But, if anything, I think it's good that his innately reactionary viewer base is funneling themselves towards a life of inactivity and reclusion. They think they're making a community, when in reality they're just watching some guy play games. Asmongold and his other fans won't help them when they need it. They think hearing political commentary and parroting talking points back to themselves is political action, when in reality they're not moving the needle an inch. They consume everything second-hand, instead of even aspiring to enjoy things themselves or have their own opinion for once. And they don't even realise what they're losing out on. And good. I'm glad the typical Asmongold fan is doing that to themselves. Especially now that more and more the typical Asmongold fan is likely to be some wannabe alt-right LARPer type. All the online neo-Nazis that think the media is out to distract them from realising their racial destiny or whatever, and to celebrate that an anti-woke white guy is the biggest Twitch streamer right now, can't see the irony. They're valorizing a man who is every white trash stereotype incarnate. And they made him famous themselves. That's the really funny part. The imagined elders of Zion that live only inside their own heads could never in a million years have made such an effective agent of demoralization. Asmongold is the perfect bread and circuses totem for millions of little lumpen reactionary goy cattle Americans. By all means, keep watching, white man. You like watching one of yours, don't you? Maybe you should even tip him. Or hell, you should game all day in filth like he does, yourself. Aspire to a life with no responsibilities. I hope you enjoy it. The analogy to what crack cocaine did after the CIA spread around African American communities under Reagan would be a bit hackneyed, but it's the same principle. You get the idea. See, as far as I'm concerned, the fact that so many young reactionaries like this guy is absolutely no cause for concern. It's a problem that solves itself, really. In 10, 15, 20 years, they won't have grown. They won't have learned anything. Being an Asmongold fan is like self-selecting to waste your own time admiring a lifestyle that is poisonous to your own interests. And it's good that it sucks in right-wing young men that might otherwise be doing something productive for themselves, which is to say, something bad for everyone else. Let's hope they all model themselves right after him. To do so is, in effect, to remove themselves from real society, to throw away all potential you might have to affect the rest of us. Just think, what would the world look like if every reactionary young man opted into the Asmongold lifestyle? You can't build a civilization out of people like that. They don't have the skills or the capacity or the knowledge to shape the future for anyone else, which is really good when how they'd shape the future for others, if they could, would be bad. And one day, Asmongold will get himself banned for going too far, or he'll fade out of relevancy, or he'll die from living around piles of garbage or something, and all his fans will look around and realize how much time they've wasted, how much they poisoned their own minds, and how much they let pursuing their own real material interests pass them by completely. We love to see it, don't we, folks? If you think Asmongold, or anyone like him, being popular online with young men is cause for concern, don't be. It's just something to reflect on. Anyway, once again, my name's Card. If you might like to hear more from me, feel free to subscribe to this YouTube page, or just take a look at my other videos. Either way, goodbye for now, and have a lovely day.